What's going on, guys? Welcome back to my Yu-Gi-Oh! YouTube channel. In this channel, I really strive on giving y'all like deck lists and decks that you can either take my list from, or you can look at and try to build your own list that matches your taste in dueling more. But overall, I want to give y'all decks that are very fun to play, two that I think can somewhat compete with the meta, and three, I think are cheap and easy investments to pick up. You're never ever gonna very rarely see a deck list of mine where it's like, whoa, this deck is super expensive, or oh, I can't afford that. The only exception to that rule is I think my K9 Crystron video and Super Quant. Super Quant is a very weird deck because it's kind of expensive just because of like what it is. But everything else that I've posted is very cheap but fun decks to make. And the deck I'm talking about today, I definitely think can compete with the meta very well if your opponent doesn't know what to do against it. I'm talking about Speedroids today. This deck is a very powerful and fun synchro deck to play that is semi-hard to interrupt with the wrong set of hand traps, but can set up end boards that seem very inconspicuous and easy to get around, while making it very hard for your opponent to fully figure out what it is you're trying to do. So as we do around here, we'll start off with my extra deck where I run 2 copies of Crystal Clearwing over Synchro Dragon. This is probably my favorite boss monster in all of Yu-Gi-Oh! If I'm being honest. It's an Omni-Negate that can gain attack equal to the monster effects that it was used to negate. And it can float into 2 other big bodies that also translate to negates. So you either end on 1, 2, 3, or 4 negates, depending on how your opponent decides to interact with it. And even if they go Ultimate Slayer to bounce him, his effect will still resolve because he did leave the field by your opponent's card's effect. If they banish him, pop him, anything like that, if he leaves the field for any reason, his effect will proc. And he is able to float into these other big bodies that can also help win games, and it's just kind of unfair how easy he is to make in your combo. You can make 1 or 2 of them depending on how your opponent interacts with you, how they hand trap you, what they do. But he is a very fun boss monster to end on because it's like, okay, you finally got around him. Cool. Second one that's going to do a really powerful effect as well. And your opponent's just sitting there like pretty much climbing an uphill battle with this card. Up next, I have 1 copy of my Crystal Clearwing Synchro Dragon. These cards are very easy to make. The Crystal Clearwing over Synchro Dragon that I just talked about only requires 2 tuners or 1 tuner Synchro monster, and obviously Clearwing Synchro Dragon to make. He requires a tuner Synchro monster and a non-tuner Clearwing monster. Whenever your opponent activates a monster effect, you can chain it to him to make him unaffected by that activated monster effect until the end of this turn. And he'll gain attack equal to that original attack of the monster effects you become unaffected by. So they can't like try to crash into him because he'll become bigger than them. And he is also just a spell negate. And then if he is sent to the graveyard by an opponent's card, you can add a wind monster from your deck to your hand. Then we play 1 copy of Crystal Wing Synchro Dragon. He is a monster negate that can gain attack equal to the negated monster's attacks. And then, during damage calculation, if he battles a level 5 or higher monster that your opponent controls, he can gain attack equal to the current attack of the opponent's monster it's battling during damage calculation only. So he can, like, really sneakily swing into, like, let's say, a Lunalight Liger Dancer. Battle, declare attack. If they don't destroy him, damage calculation, gain attack equal to it, beat over the Liger Dancer. They can't chain her effect to pop it because it's in damage calculation and she doesn't negate attack or lower or raise attack points. So her effect is unusable in that state. Or if they have a detonator, you can get rid of the detonator that way. He can protect himself, but you can deal like 3,000 damage, which is really big. If they have a Mitsurugi monster out, if they have a Yummy monster out, you can use him to beat over those, while making it really hard to interact with it unless they deal with him before his attack declaration goes through. Then we play 2 copies of the Clearwing Synchro Dragon, a tuner and a non-tuner monster. You're never going to be normal synchro summoning him. You're going to be cheating him out with his really busted Speedroid Synchron Pendulum main deck monster. But he's a level 7. And then if your opponent activates the effects of a... You can negate the activation of a level 5 or higher monster that's on the field. And then, when a monster effect on the field is used to target a level 5 or higher monster on the field, you can negate it and then destroy that card. And then if he destroys a monster, he can gain attack equal to the monster's original attack until the end of his turn. Then we play one copy of Clearwing Fast Dragon. He is just a monster special from the extra deck negate. Then it also changes its attack to 0. So if you're playing like Tempai Dragon and they go Bident and Dregion, battle, declare attack, you can chain this to negate his effects. Or if like he's really good for a battle phase deck. So if you're playing against like, let's say they're doing Tempai stuff, they get to the level 7, you can chain his effect and negate it. Or if they're doing a bunch of other things, like let's say they don't do Chundra yet, they get the level 7 out, then they go Chundra, you can like kind of mess around with what they're doing. He's also really good at preventing monsters from beating over him because he can modulate their attacks to 0. So you can go, okay, the attack is good, okay, effect and damage calculation, switch to 0 attack. Then we play a Stardust Charge Warrior. He's allows you to draw a card, and then he can attack all monsters your opponents control once each. He's only really here for the rubber band shooter target because he's a level 6, which are very powerful options. And then I quickly want to talk about High Speedroid Glider number 2, High Speedroid Chanbara, and Hagoita. He is here because he's a level 5 body. That's good for the Link 2. He can really help with your OTKs, but I really want to take a little bit of time to talk about this one because you can target a level 7 low and win non-tuner monster in your graveyard, normally him, summon it for free. And what you do is at the end of your combo, you go him, target this, make another one of these guys. Because you remember, he needs either a 2 tuners or a tuner synchro monster, which, funny enough, he is. If you look right there, he's a tuner. So he makes it really easy to get out another copy of this. And he is a very easy monster to make because he's level 5 and all of your monsters really mesh to level 5 really well. Then I want to talk about High Speedroid Cork Shooter. This card's really good at synchro climbing because if you make him using like Speedroid Terratop and Red Eye Dice effect, summon both back, Red Eye Dice make him level 5. Or make the Terratop another level. He's really good at getting back material, which allow you to synchro climb easier. And he can also sometimes add a Speedroid Speller Trap. Last but not least, we have probably the best extra deck card, High Speedroid Rubber Band Shooter. I remember when they did the Master Duel Synchro event, I tried playing Speedroid in it, and then I kind of realized Speedroids is really hard to play without the Link 2 that is this card. I remember I told my friend, hey bro, you should check out the Speedroid deck, and he's like, no, Speedroid sucks. I played it in the Master Duel event, and I'm like, yeah, because you don't get access to the busted Link 2. So what he can do is he allows you to get a second normal summon on a win monster. And then you can banish a win synchro monster from your extra deck, reveal 2 Speedroid monsters with different names from your deck, whose total level equals the level of that synchro monster. Your opponent randomly picks one for you to add to your hand, and you send the other to the graveyard. He searches, he gets you an additional normal summon, he's broken. Right, you normally just end on this because you can't really link him away or anything. But he is a very, very, very powerful card. He makes the deck super easy to... He's like Moon of the Closed Heaven. He's a really good Link 2 that pretty much equals full combo for you. You can make him using 2 of the slop cards you have. He can search you out a real starter and a card that wants to be in the graveyard. And he's very profitable for what you are attempting to do with your deck. Next, I want to talk about Terratop. If you control a monster, special summon him, add a Speedroid monster. Pretty simple. Speedroid Marble Machine. When it's normal summoned, you can add a Speedroid monster from your deck to your hand. Then you're when locked. He has a really weird pendulum effect that'll never be used. But if you want to read it, it's right there. He's also really good at starting your combos. Then we play 3 copies of Taki Tomborg. You contribute it, special summon a Speedroid tuner from your deck, then you are win locked. And now, one of the best cards in the deck. I only run 2, but you can run 3. Speedroid Colonel Clankers. Hit Pendulum effect. You can banish a Speedroid card from your graveyard, place a Speedroid Pendulum monster from your deck in the Pendulum Zone, then you are win locked. His monster effect is then if this card on the field is destroyed by battle of the card effect, you can special summon one from the deck as a tuner. And then if your Clear Wing monster battles during the damage calculation while this card's in your face-up extra deck, you can banish this card, then that monster gains 700 attack. He gets out this guy, which then equals Clear Wing Synchro Dragon. Then we play 2 Speedroid Card Turbo. He's just here because he can special summon himself if you control a wind monster. Then he can banish his card from the graveyard. And a Speedroid monster. All wind monsters your opponent control, all wind monsters you control gain 800 attack. He can really help in like games where like you're playing the weaker monsters, but you have good negates up. He can help make those monsters a little bit beefier. Then we play 1 copy of the previously mentioned Speedroid Wing Synchron. If he is added to the extra deck face up and you control 2 or more different types of wind synchro monsters, you can send a Speedroid spell trap from your deck to the graveyard. Right. He makes it to where like you can get rid of like a duplicate, but that effect's not very good. He's mainly here for the once per turn you can destroy this and a level 1 and 1 level 2 wind pendulum monster card in your pendulum zone. Special summon a Clear Wing Synchro Dragon from your extra deck. It's treated as a synchro summon. And then for the rest of the turn, cards in your pendulum zones cannot be destroyed by card effects, and you are win locked. He's powerful. He's broken. He's a card that if you open isn't bad because his effect is still applicable. He also pairs really nicely with the formerly mentioned Speedroid Marble Machine, because as you see, this is also a level 2 pendulum monster. Then we play 1 copy of Speedroid Double Yo-Yo. When it's normal summon, you can target a level 3 or lower Speedroid monster in your graveyard, special summon it. He is normally one of your rubber band shooter targets because he can summon back another material, making it super easy to synchro climb. In fact, you can do a bunch of other combos, and I'm going to show you how to do those in another video because this is one of those decks where I really feel like doing an in-depth explanation about how the combos work because they're just so fun, full, and like really enjoyable to learn how to do. Also, if you ever want to see any other combo videos about any other deck that I posted, I'll be more than happy to. Please just let me know in the comments what you would like to see. And when I do upload the tutorial on how to play the deck, I will be linking it in the description of this video. So make sure to keep looking at this video so you can see that eventually. Onto the deck, we play another copy of we play 1 copy of Speedroid Denden Daiko Duke. He's mainly here for you can banish his card from your graveyard, special summon a Speedroid tuner from your graveyard, hand, or graveyard, except him, and that's a once per turn. Speedroid Ultra Hound is next. You can, when this card is normal summoned, you can send a Speedroid card from your deck to the graveyard. A card like this. During the main phase, except this card was sent to the graveyard, you can banish him in this card, then target a Speedroid monster in your graveyard. Banish, shuffle it back into the deck. Then if you do special summon a Speedroid Synchro monster from your extra deck with the same level but a different name, negate its effects. That effect is okay. It can help make like other game boards really gummy, but that's only really applicable for him. But normally in your combo, you're going to summon this anyways, so you don't ever really get that second effect, which is totally fine because its first effect is busted. Then, the card I've talked about like 17 other times while talking about combos for this video. He is pretty much one of like 4 tuners in the deck, which is crazy because this is a synchro deck. Play the 1 copy of Speedroid Red Eye Dice. This is my favorite synchro tool for the entire deck. It's super easy to cheat him as another level or another monster. So you can use another monster as like a higher level. So he's level 1, which makes it really easy to make another monster level 4, make glider number 2, or make another monster level 2, make cork shooter, summon back, effect on summon from the cork shooter's revive. He's just super applicable. He's super easy to use. He's super just enjoyable. He is a literal 1 in 10 tuner toolbox monster. That is why he is only here at 1, because although he is super powerful, he can also be a brick if you open him. On to our spell cards, where we run 3 copies of Speedroid Scratch. Depending on how you play the deck, you can run different variables. I run 3 Scratch, 2 Colonel Clackers. You can run 3 Colonel Clackers, 2 Scratch. The man who got me into this only runs 2 Scratch, but 3 Colonel Clackers. But he did tell me that 3 Scratch isn't bad, 2 Colonel Clackers isn't bad. It's just a matter of preference. I like this card because it equals full combo more often than Colonel Clackers. But like I said, that's my personal preference. You can run however many you want. I've seen some deck lists run this at 1. This is a super customizable card to your taste in Yu-Gi-Oh! I run 3 because I like consistency in my decks. But it's up to you. What it does is it allows you to send a Speedroid card from your hand to the graveyard, add a Speedroid monster. Super simple. But it could equal full combo in hands where, like, let's say you open a red-eye dice. You can go normal, send the red-eye dice, add double yo-yo, normal double yo-yo, summon back the red-eye dice, make it level 2. Cork shooter, summon back, red-eye dice, make the cork shooter level... Make the cork shooter level 5, then link 2, then you just continue to go full combo. Then we play 3 copies of Speedroid Will, discard a card, roll a 6-sided dice, then special summon from the hand or deck 1 or 2 Speedroid monsters whose total level equals that result, but negate their effect. If you do not special summon, you lose life points equal to the result times 500. Another, consistency card. It's really good. Then we have 2 really fun trap cards. Speedroid Clear Wing Wonder. Target cards your opponents control up to the number of different monsters among the wind synchro monsters you control. Destroy them. If your opponent special summons a monster, you can banish this card from the graveyard. Then target a wind synchro monster you control, banish it, then return it to the field. So this card makes it really good. Like, let's say they go special Murakumo, Effector Raigeki. When it's summoned, you can banish it, protect one of your other Speedroid monsters. Like, let's say you're playing Speedroid Fast Dragon, and you kind of want it for later. Or let's say you already use the Crystal Clear Wing Synchro Dragon effect to make it unaffected. You can use this to protect it, to get him back later. He is a disruption, and he's also a slight protection in a certain way, and I think that's very valuable. Last but not least, for the engine, we play 1 copy of Speedroid Duplicate. You can banish a wind monster from a graveyard, then target a card your opponent controls, return it to the hand. During your main phase, if this card is in your graveyard, you can target 1 level 2 or higher Speedroid monster you control, reduce its level by 1, and then if you do, special summon him as a level 1 wind tuner machine monster. It is not treated as a trap anymore. Both of those, that first effect is a once per turn. Then, onto our non-engine, we obviously have to play 3 copies of Molcharmi Fubulos. As someone who plays only rogue strategies, this is a must. You need 3 Fubuloses to just get your combos easier. In a deck like Speedroid, if you draw 4 different cards that all can summon themselves, you're good. In a lot of the other decks that I'm playing where I don't have Fuwas yet, I struggled a lot more than after I got Fuwas. Let's say on my Raid Raptor deck list, I obviously would play 3 Fuwas because that would equal 3 more searches, which in that deck can equal 4 more interruptions playing through. If you're going to play a rogue strategy like how I do, or you're going to play any of the strategies I mentioned before, you need to get the 3 Fuwas. I know for some budget players, still $10 a copy of a Fuwa can still be a lot, but I promise you the investment is worth it. Then obviously we play 3 copies of Ash Blossom and Joyous Spring. No alt art. Alt art's in my Cool Tune deck, which y'all will be getting a deck list for hopefully either Christmas Day or the day after Christmas. I still need to pick up a few cards for the deck, and I plan on getting 1 or 2 booster boxes of the set for Christmas. If I can get lucky and pull the stuff I need, y'all will absolutely get a deck list of that the day of Christmas. If not, I'm going to have to go to Locals Friday, pick up the rest of my cards, and give y'all the deck list for it the day after Christmas. I am very excited for it. Cool Tune isn't good in any extent. It's playable. It's topping regionals right now, but it's not like Yummy, Malice, Ryziel, K9, Dracotail levels playable yet, but I do think it will be in the future, and I'm very excited to share my deck list for it because it is a deck that I love and adore. Up next, we have 1 copy of Nibiru the Primal Being, 2 Forbidden Droplet, because a lot of your Speedroids like to be in the graveyard, 1 Called by the Grave, and last but not least, triple Infinite Impermanence. Anyways, guys, I want to thank y'all so much for watching my dinky little deck lists. Not just this one, but all the other ones on my channel. It really does mean a lot to me to see all the views, the love, and support I get. I do plan on dropping the combo deck for this, maybe even today, honestly. But if y'all liked it, please make sure to like, comment, subscribe. Tell me any other deck lists you'll watch to see. I'll make sure to try to pick them up if they're possible. Be on the lookout for many more of my other deck lists. I have like 4 planned for right now. I don't want y'all to miss a single one of them. There are a lot of decks that I enjoy playing that I think are either even one of them might be a little meta, depending on what you say. But I subside that. I want to thank y'all for all the love that y'all are giving to so many of my videos. I want to thank y'all for all the comments, the likes. They really do help make this whole uploading videos thing seem less like a mountain climbing battle. They make it seem almost like a worth it adventure. If y'all enjoy the videos, please let me know. I love you guys. See ya.